Hi guys, it's Harry here, your £20 plastic champion, and I'm back to have another video. And as you can see today, I'm not actually wearing a wrestling top, I'm wearing a motocross t-shirt, well one of them, and because, funnily enough, I know it's going to sound really surprising, but I don't actually just own wrestling shirts, okay? And I'm sort of getting a bit bored because I've only got about like 6, 7, like less than 10. I'm just wearing the same ones over and over, and it's starting to look ridiculous, really, because it's just looking like I've got 5 t-shirts, if you know what I mean. But anyway, also quickly before this video before this video starts, I'm trying to give a quick shout out to everyone from our school suddenly found my channel for the influx. So if you're watching this, you know who you are. Hello. But yeah, today I'm doing my Survivor Series predictions, as you saw by the title. And I'm really excited for this pay-per-view. Survivor Series obviously one of the big four, along with the Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, and then this Survivor Series. And to be honest, I've kind of count Money in the Bank up there now, to be honest, because I mean, it influences storylines for almost the rest of the year. So I'll probably say it's top 5 now. But anyway, this is irrelevant to the video. Let's just get on with it. So I'm going to start off with the lower card matches and obviously build up towards the big ones. So the first match of the night is going to be Enzo Amore versus Kalisto Cruiserweight title. Now, I was thinking about this match, and originally I said Kalisto's going to win. No, I mean Enzo's going to win, sorry. And that's just giving away my thing. But originally I said Enzo's going to win. And then I thought about it, and this is on the pre-show, by the way, if I didn't say that. But originally I was going to say Enzo, like I just said. But then I thought about it, and no other title was being defended on the pre-show or the entire pay-per-view because it's brand v brand. So the champions are facing over each other. But obviously, cruiserweight, there isn't 2 cruiserweight titles, there's 1. So this should be defended on the pre-show. So that's for that reason I'm going with Kalisto, just so they can get a title change onto the pay-per-view, because they like to do that. I like to send fans home going, oh, well, I remember when I saw blah blah in the championship. I don't know, people like seeing title changes because they feel like, well, I paid to see this, not just I've paid to see nothing. But obviously it isn't nothing, but you get the gist of it. Now, what's the next match I've got written down? Now, the next match is Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss. This match literally changed 2 days ago now, when on Smackdown Live, Charlotte Flair beat Natalya Hart for the WWE Women's title. Now, as of now, that means that the match has changed to Charlotte versus Alexa Bliss. Now, who do I think is going to win this match? Well, I think Charlotte is going to win this match. Now, the reason for this is simply because you've got Raw superstars, you've got SmackDown superstars, and you don't want to give one brand too many over the other. You've got to try and make it even, if you know what I mean. You don't want to make one brand look incredible and the other one to look absolutely terrible, you know what I mean. So I'm going with Charlotte, and anyway, I think even if it wasn't necessarily brand v brand and it was just this match, I'd still go with Charlotte because I think Charlotte sort of holds more credibility, just the name, and I think she's probably my favourite women's wrestler out there today. Just going to throw that out there in case you wanted to know that. So I think she's going to win. I think she's probably the best out there technically. Anyway, she's pretty technically gifted. No one can disagree with me there. But now the next match is the Usos versus The Bar. Now another match, yet another one, following on from the trend of title changes when they come to the UK. The Bar beat. I just realised now that means that within 2 weeks, 3 titles have changed hands. That's pretty good going. I mean, sort of like Attitude Era levels now. But they basically beat them when it was in the UK. Beat the Shield to win the titles, and that's going to lead on to a match later. And now, who do I think is going to win this match? Yet again, I'm going with the SmackDown Live team, and I'm going with the Usos. Now, the reason for me picking the Usos is simply because the Bar, yeah, they've just won the titles, but that was simply to set up the other match, I believe, with the Shield, and not to necessarily just give them momentum. And I don't think they're going to hold the titles for long. And like I said before, you've got to think about it logically. They want to have even matches, so that's why I'm going to go with the Usos. And I think, I wouldn't say I prefer them, I like both teams, just about the same. Both of them are really entertaining in my opinion. So I'm going to go with the Usos for the fact that it evens it out, and because I don't see the Bar holding the titles very long. And what's the next match? Right, now we've got The Miz versus Baron Corbin. Now, this has been quite a funny match. Now, Baron Corbin, most of his TV time recently has been spent him in his feud with Sin Cara, rather than him building up towards this match, whereas The Miz hasn't really had anything to do besides that little thing with Braun Strowman for a couple of weeks. And even in that time, he still had time to build his feud on TV with Baron Corbin, where Baron Corbin's been doing it on little vignettes on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that, basically. Now, because of that, well, not because of that anyway, I'll explain why in a minute, but I think The Miz are going to win. And the reason for this is simply because I believe the way you're going to do it is keep Miz as a heel, sort of a cowardly, do anything to win. And you're going to have the Miz Taraj or jump up on the thing, just a typical thing, and have a roll up. And then afterwards, Baron can go mental and perhaps even like take his anger out on Tuesday night and just beat the crap out of someone, and then that can lead to a feud. And I think you don't really want to discredit either men, but that way you can say Miz is built up because he's won the match, and Baron Corbin's not lost any credibility because he's taken the roll up. Whereas the Miz, if he loses here, it's going to be definitely like sort of a squash where Baron Corbin just destroys him, that sort of thing. But and I kind of think that's the way the match is going to go, sort of like a squash match, essentially. But in the end, he wins, so it levels it out. That's what it's sort of like in WWE these days, 50-50 booking. So, you know, may agree with it, may disagree with it, but you can't disagree with that. And that was my Xbox going off, so shout out to the Xbox. But next match is actually quite a big one, and like I alluded to earlier, it's the Shield versus the New Day. Now this match was built up because the New Day come out, but the thing is, this is the thing that confused me. They didn't intentionally go to cause the Shield to lose their title. They just come there to cause havoc. I don't know. Yeah, the Shield have got a grudge against them, but I don't know what the New Day really have against them, except that they've sort of issued the challenge. Now I think it's pretty clear who's going to win this match. You've got 3 men on one side who have been previous WWE champions, and then you got on the other team a team of incredible workers, the longest reigning tag champs in WWE history, etc. You've got Kofi, multiple time US and Intercontinental Champion, Big E, former Intercontinental Champion. Besides that, Xavier Woods, couldn't say Apollo Crews for some reason, I was thinking Apollo Creed from TNA. But Xavier Woods hasn't really won any singles titles. I don't think he has won any singles titles in WWE. Maybe in like FCW, like Foreign Championship Wrestling or something like that, but not in NXT or... Yeah, I think he won the tag titles in NXT, but not any singles titles. So, yet to win a singles title. Maybe we'll see that if they break up. But anyway, like I said, pretty self-explanatory. Shield can win that one, I think. I think that could be one of the less looked forward to match of the night because it had less time to build to it, and I think they could really surprise some people with the quality they could put out, because I think these two teams could have pretty good chemistry together. Now we're getting into the top 3 matches, the main matches of the card. Now I've got one written down here, but I'm going to swap that around in the order, and now I'm going to go for the Women's Survivor Series match, so the first traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. Now, funnily enough, they still, even though it's days away from pay-per-view, they don't have a member for Team Smackdown. Maybe that's because obviously Charlotte won the title, who was in that place already. So maybe they haven't announced anything because Natalia's going in that spot. But as I've seen online, there's pictures of like a shadow and like a silhouette in its place, which I'm pretty sure WWE's put that out then. So why would you do that if Natalia's in it? So I'm pretty sure they're alluding to a return or to someone debuting, and there's no one I can think better to fill that spot than Paige. So you know what, I'm going to say that Paige is definitely going to debut. Now, she was seen backstage at Raw, and for some reason she didn't end up coming out, and maybe this could be the reason. Maybe the last minute they decided, you know what, they just got Asuka, so we're going to change it and give that SmackDown Live, and then that's going to fill that place, which I can see happening. And I do actually see SmackDown Live winning this match. Not necessarily because I think they have a better team. I think Raw, if you look at it on paper, they have a better team. Asuka, Nia Jax, Bayley, Sasha, well, Alicia Fox, but still. Obviously, she's the captain, so they've built her up a bit. And then on the other side, you've got Naomi, you'd have Paige if that happened, Becky Lynch, Tamina, and Carmella. So, I forgot to mention earlier, Carmella could actually cash in. I think that could be a viable thing as well, because that could be like a really big thing to happen. Could you imagine Survivor Series? The reason why they don't have any title changing hands, so maybe Enzo could retain. That could happen, or maybe both. Maybe they wanted to have 2 title changes. Who knows? But that could happen, you know. I've still got about 6 months left until it runs out, so you've got plenty of time. But you know they like to do it at the big 4 pay-per-views, and after this one you've got Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, and then it's going to run out. So you know it could happen. I mean it's only been the second big pay-per-view of the big 4, but you know, yeah. But like I said, yeah, and the sole survivor of this match, I think of Becky Lynch. I think Paige will come close to being like them 2 winning. I think she'll probably get eliminated by like Nia maybe or something, and then Becky Lynch will make her tap out with Disarmer at the end, and then they can all celebrate in the ring. Like maybe Paige rolls out, comes back in, hands up, and then that's how she returns. Now we've got 2 matches left, the 2 biggest matches of the night. Now, right, you know what? I'm gonna go with this one. Brock Lesnar versus the Universal Champion versus the WWE Champion of the World, AJ Styles. Yeah, AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar. And if you know me and you know that I like wrestling, if I've talked to you about this, you know, and if you watched my video from before, you know I'm absolutely gassed for this match. I'm so excited. I have so much high hopes for this match. And maybe I shouldn't, because Brock Lesnar recently, you've had plenty of matches where it's like, oh, Dean Ambrose, oh, this person, that person. And then, yeah, they've been okay matches, but the way that people thinking they could have gone have been obviously a lot lower than that standard. But you know what? I think AJ Styles puts on a phenomenal match with anyone, no matter what he's given. And Brock Lesnar has the potential to come out. So you know what? I think they could deliver on this match. And I think it's not whether they're going to have a bad match. The question is whether they're going to have an amazing match or a phenomenal match, if you know what I mean. And now, who do I think is going to win this match? Drum roll, please. Brock Lesnar. Now, I do want AJ Styles to win. I prefer AJ Styles. But Brock Lesnar, they build him strong. And I don't think many people can argue that almost at the Big Fours, he almost always wins. If you think about it, the last time he's wrestled, he doesn't lose. At SummerSlam, at Mania. Right, when you think about it, he doesn't take the pins. At least, if he loses, he doesn't take the pins. And this is a one-on-one match, so he has to take the pin. And AJ, yeah, he could have been slotted in the spot and then lose the title back to AJ. But AJ, losing back to itself, maybe that would be a pretty good thing. I mean, can't lose it then, can he? But lose it back to Jinder, I mean, obviously. But, you know, I just see Brock wins because doesn't lose to the Big Four. And then it evens it out for Raw because they've won quite a few. And then I think Raw are going to win the majority of them compared to SmackDown Live. And now, obviously, there's only one match left now. And that is the traditional men's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. You have SmackDown Live's team of Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, John Cena, Shane McMahon, Randy Orton. Now, I don't know what I'm squatting for, because it's kind of like getting my bum exercises in, you know, doing a good bit of exercise, you know. So, you know, if anyone sees me and I've got some like fat arms, then you know what, I've been working my bum out. But now, and on Raw's team, we're going to go for it again, right? You ready? Ooh. Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, Kurt Angle, and the returning Triple H in the place of Jason Jordan. And now I know you're all wondering, well, 2 stacked teams, who do I think's going to win? Now, I may have mentioned during the women's one, I don't know if I said that, but I do think that they're going to be even. That's what they do almost every Survivor Series. And that's what I predicted last year. Funny story, didn't do a video on that one. But last year, I got almost every single prediction right until the last one. And I said, Brock Lesnar's now going to beat Goldberg. That's the only reason they brought him back. And then guess what? I was so happy. I was like, yes, finally, I'm going to get every single one on a pay-per-view right. And then Goldberg destroyed him. And I was laughing. And I was so happy because Brock Lesnar, that doesn't happen to him. Okay, like I explained in the last thing with him and AJ Styles, it's not happened to him. And I just loved seeing Goldberg just absolutely just destroy him, just decimate him. So I was still happy about it because it was so shocking, right? But obviously it's a bit annoying until the last pay-per-view, TLC, which is the first one in about 4 months that I haven't watched live, and that was really annoying me because guess what? All my predictions were right on that one. So obviously I got up in the morning, oh no, I was gutted, literally, I was absolutely gutted that I fell asleep before it started, right? But I still got them all right, and it's just karma, isn't it? Obviously the one you miss is the one where that would happen, of course, but you know. Not many people can even say they've done that, so to be able to say I've done that is, I'm quite happy with myself. And also, of course, that's the one I was thinking about. Oh, let's do a reaction vid, not a reaction, like a prediction video, just like this one. Then it didn't end up doing it. But could you imagine if I did? Then I'd have actual proof I've done it. So now you've got to take my word for it now. Hopefully you can. But anyway, I think this is going to be the match of the night. I think most people have seen AJ and Brock going on last, which it probably will. But I still think this is going to be the match of the night. You should look at the teams, it's just amazing. There's not a single person in either team. Personally, I think right now the weakest person for in either of these teams, as in like sort of bores me the most, is Randy Orton. And think about that, Randy Orton, a multiple time champion, he's an absolute legend, right? Synonymous with the industry, and you're saying that he's the worst person in the match, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. So obviously I don't know. I'm not trying to say I know everything about wrestling. It's just my opinion. Personally, his style, I've never been that attracted to. Love the RKO, love some of his matches. Just feel like over the last few years he's sort of slowed down a bit. But I'm not one to judge because if I was in the ring with him, anyone for that matter, I'd just be an absolute slouch because I haven't got any training, got nothing. So I'm not trying to criticise him. I'm trying to say that even though he's an amazing wrestler, I'm just showing how good everyone else is. And at the end of the match, this is what I'm predicting. Team Raw wins. Samoa Joe and Finn Balor, the last people in the match, they win together, no sole survivor. And then they're celebrating in the ring, not holding hands, like lifting each other's arms up, just celebrating in the ring. And then it's probably Samoa Joe, boom, maybe wait for Balor to go up the top rope celebrating, and then turn around, muscle buster, that sort of thing. And then, because that's a feud going on, and then that'll be a sort of reason to do it, and it'll build up 2 people again. So anyway, that has been my Survivor Series predictions. Hopefully you get them all right. Comment down below if you got any of your own and tell me what you're thinking about the show or what you think about my predictions. And if I am your £20 plastic champion, then I guess that makes you all plastic fans. So to all my plastic fans out there, I'll see you later and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.